by. Police say they're working with the Hawks to ensure that specialised anti-gang units are fully functional. The National Commissioner General Khehla Sitole says the firearms and narcotics units will be formed at the end of January. The police's top brass briefing Parliament on the re-establishment of the anti-gang units. And Annika, we have been waiting, or certainly the Western Cape has been waiting for such a long time for the re-establishment of this particular facility. I would imagine there's a fair amount of positive reaction from people whose lives will be affected.
Yes, the anti-gang unit launched last month with 95 members said to be patrolling the streets and having more of a Al Capone style by dealing with top leadership in the gangs that have been around for the past 150 years rather than the more paramilitary approach of search and seizures and raids which were done in the past. But I'm actually going to redirect you, Jeremy, because I think that there was a lot more came out from Hawks head General Lebeer, who really was speaking about state capture and updating the committee, portfolio committee on police with regards to the progress being made in state capture and just saying how much work they actually have to do. I think in total more than 1,400 statements have been taken in a series of cases, but very interestingly is the Bosasa case. And why that's interesting, because if you remember Gary Watson of Bosasa, it's now called African Global Operations, is the person who gave 500,000 rand to President Cyril Ramaphosa's slush fund for his fight to win the presidency of the ANC at Nasrec. And he speaks that, says that there's a case going back to 2004-2007 involving correctional services of fraud and corruption and bribery that is very close to completion.
Obviously, Annika, all of this is running in parallel with the Zondo Commission of Inquiry, but is there a sense from the Hawks, as you listen to that briefing today, that more progress is being made, that they're actually fighting their way through this the sludge of malfeasance?
Look, I mean, he's saying that some cases have between a 2-year and 10-year lifespan, certainly from moving from one court roll to the next. Some of these cases have 1,000 charges per docket. In the Steinhoff matter, for instance, they've got 30 jurisdictions, and there is no forensic capacity. The same story, no forensic capacity in the Hawks at the moment. So they are trying to restructure, they are trying to get those people back. But as we understand it, there are very few people, chartered accountants, forensic accountants in the private sector who want to join the SAPS and the Hawks because it's been tainted and it's seen as not a very stable or pleasant environment to be in. But he did assure us that they're making a lot of progress from VBS, Eskom, Agriculture Land Bank, the Ronald Bobroff issue, Bosasa issue, which I think is particularly important because Bosasa's name keeps on coming up again and again, and they kept on getting contracts with state-owned enterprises.